Today we're going to take a look at how to log into Circe Dynix Symphony and how to check an item out, how to check an item in, and how to renew an item. Go to your Macintosh icon and double click, and then Applications, and then scroll down to the Workflows icon. There may be a Workflows icon in your dock. If that's the case, you may just go directly to that. Click OK and log in. Standard login is your school code plus the word Circ, all one word, and the PIN is Circ. Once you've logged in, you see the basic Workflows workspace. Now, to check an item out, we would go to the circulation button in the toolbar overhead, and it's already been clicked, and at this point the Common Tasks menu is open. So we want to check an item out to someone. Click on the Checkout Wizard, and it opens up the checkout wizard, and the cursor is waiting for a user ID to be entered. If it's a staff person, their ID will be the portion of their email address prior to the @ sign. So in my case, it would be JOSULLIV, and always check the information, or if you can, check the information to make sure that you have the right person. Make sure it's your student or your faculty member, and then you're all set to check something out to them. In this case, we're going to check out to a student. In the case of a normal student, their ID their student ID is the same as the one that they use in the cafeteria. In this case, however, it's not a standard student ID, and we want to get their information to make sure that it's the right person. And yes, we can see that the name is the right person and they belong to this school. And in many cases there's a picture, and in many cases, most of the cases, the picture is actually accurate. Now, to check an item out, you can see that the cursor is already in the box. All we need to do is check the item out, and you can see that the information pertaining to this book, Dreamcat, has populated this field and with the item ID and also the due date, and it also tells you that it's a book. So I mean, in some cases that may be important, because in some cases the item may have been mislabeled and you have the wrong item. But in this case, we have the right item and it's the right patron, so we're all set. Now, in some cases, you may want to check an item out to a person. And when you get their user information and you scan the item in, and you get a pop-up that says that for some reason or another the item can't be checked out. In this case, it's because Frank has overdue items. So if you still want to check something out to Frank and he's not grossly delinquent, then just type in open, password, override, and check out the item, and you're all set. You could have chosen the option that says do not, and that would have just closed the window. Okay, to check something in, it's a really simple procedure. Once again, under the Common Tasks menu, click Check In, scan the item, and it's checked back in. Also check back this item here. Now, you should always watch to make sure that the item has in fact been checked in. Check this screen and make sure that that a new item has been added in, because the scanner will beep whether or not something has actually gone right. So always make sure, because you can get to the end of a whole cart of books and find out that something went wrong and nothing has actually been checked back in. So we're going to check this item out once again to Carol. We're going to get her user information, but I also want to point out that you can get more information about the person if there's a note. In this case, the note displays on a PC. There'll be a little red link that says note, and you just click that link, and the note will then display. In this case, it says that she loves princess books. So if you're trying to help Carol check something out and find a new book to read, then that's what you'd want to do. To renew an item, click Renew Item under the Common Tasks menu and scan, and you'll see now that the date has been renewed and the item is now able to be kept by the patron.